Usyk's far too quick for him. Yeah, I think he's far too quick for him. He'll make him hit fresh air.
This is Jonathan Agger, 5th Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Shane McGuigan here in London. Shane, double fight week for you this week. Ellie Scotney and Caroline Dubois in title fights. This is what you live for, I guess?
No, box is what I live for. Two fighters on two different shows is not. It's more of a headache, but it's one that we have to take in our stride. We try to get them to go on different dates, but it's just the way boxing works. So yeah, we've managed to work with both promoters and get it scheduled.
Ellie Scotney, obviously defending her world title. Talk us through her opponent and what you're expecting.
She had 8 losses, but all of them have been distance fights. She's gone the distance, I think, 10 or 11 times. She's been in good competitive fights, and I think these are the opponents that can make you not look bad, but you can be in harder fights that you want to be with a girl with 8 losses. But a loss isn't what it is in male boxing, I don't think. And even in male boxing, you get a lot of really tough fighters that have had 5, 6, 8 losses. It's just whether they've been stopped or knocked out, and this girl's never been knocked out. So it's one of them. She's got to stick to her guns, got to stick to her boxing and using her distance, using her pedigree, and breaking her opponent down round by round.
And then Caroline Dubois in an IBO world title fight. What do you make of that fight, and what are you expecting from her opponent?
Well, her opponent's just gone 10 rounds with Estelle Mosley at the super lightweight, so at 10 stone. So she's coming down a weight. She's boxed lighter, but she's coming down from 10 stone. And she dropped Estelle Mosley and dropped her in the 5th, and she's hurt her throughout the fight. So she doesn't fight as frantic as Ellie's opponent. She's not as sustained pressure, so she'll have chances to pick her shots a bit more. But it's still an extremely live opponent, and it's a huge step up for Caroline Dubois.
And Chris Billam-Smith was here today. Any update with when the Okoli rematch is? Do you reckon that's going to happen?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. I mean, we're just here scouting. Obviously, he's here to support Ellie, but also to scout Opataya, see him in the flesh. He's also done rounds in the past with Jordan Thompson as well. So yeah, he's got a keen eye on that, and he's going to be doing a commentary on BBC Radio 5 Live on Saturday. So yeah, he's just doing his homework.
Moving on, Shane, just want to get your opinion on Saturday night. Zhilei Zhang knocking out Joe Joyce. What did you make of the fight?
I think it was a heavy knockout. I mean, I just don't think I don't think he was at his best, Joyce. But also Zhang is a hard opponent for him. Always going to be a hard opponent. Joe relies on his size and his toughness to wear people down and grind people down. I think it wasn't the best matchmaking. And I mean, if I was looking after Joe Joyce, I wouldn't have put that fight on in the first place. He got himself the whole way up there. He knocked out Joseph Parker, beat Daniel Dubois, got himself all into the right positions, and they've matched him with the wrong opponent. Everyone's got a wrong opponent, by the way. It's not that he has limiting factors. It's like, that is just someone that he can't get his attributes off against. Someone that's big and nullifies him, and got faster hands than him and punches really hard. So I think he can come back. I think it's just going to be it has to be a strategic comeback.
38 years old, people like Tony Bellew saying his punch resistance is completely gone.
That's lies. That's absolutely lies. Because he got up. That would have knocked people out cold. He got up. He's been buzzed throughout his career in fights. He's just got great powers of recovery. He got stopped in the amateurs in one round in the Europeans in 2013. Didn't warm up right, but he still got stopped. I think AJ stopped him as well in the amateurs, but it doesn't mean he's not got good punch resistance. It's just he took a barrage of punches in both them, and he took far too many clean shots in this one. It's just anyone, if they get hit with 20 stone on the chin, that would have knocked people out cold. Like, he still got up. He's got a fantastic chin. That's not the thing that you should be questioning. The thing you should be questioning is, technically, you know, they questioned his weight too much. He put on far too much weight. He lost his mobility. With Zhang, personally, with Zhang, you've got to make him hit fresh air. Yeah, and you don't make him hit fresh air. Joe's never going to be a guy to roll and slip and slide, and he just doesn't really punches like that. But he has boxed at a top level as an amateur, so he has a great ability to read distance. You don't win an Olympic silver medal, and he should have won an Olympic gold without knowing distance. And the thing is his distance was all wrong in that fight. Like, he should have been using his feet more. He should have kept himself lighter and just chipped away. And been happy to lose 3 or 4 rounds, but know that, you know, Zhang's getting tired, and start building confidence as rounds go on. But he was just out there sleeping. He was just not at the races because he was too heavy.
And Zhang's mandatory to Usyk. How does he do against him, in your opinion?
Usyk's far too quick for him. Yeah, I think he's far too quick for him. He'll make him hit fresh air. He'll make him hit fresh air with head movement. I think he'll just beat him on points.
Lastly, Canelo Alvarez against Jermell Charlo this weekend. Do you think Jermell can pull it off, and how does he go about doing it? Does he have to fight how Bivol fought, or someone else? What do you think?
Well, historically, people that have given Canelo problems have got good feet. Lara had good feet. Bivol, even though he took the fight to him at times, he still was using his feet to go in and out of range. And Charlo doesn't have that. You know, he builds his rounds go on, but he uses his shoulders he uses his head movement. He stands in front of you and sort of blocks and bumps his shoulder and comes back with shots. And I think someone with as good a head movement as Canelo and as shot selection and variety and vision, I just think it's tailor-made for him. I think both Charlo brothers are tailor-made for him, to be honest. He struggles with guys that are more movers, and even then, I mean, he's still phenomenal. But it is a question of what's he got left, how motivated is he. But I don't think size is an issue, because really, like, Charlo's an enormous 154 and Canelo's really a 160, so they're quite even on that. He'll be taller than him, but the denseness lies with Canelo. I think it's a good fight. I think it's an exciting fight, and you know, Canelo always takes the fight to people, and I think, you know, whilst it lasts, I think it's going to be great. You know, body shots might play a factor in the later rounds for Canelo.
Shane, best of luck this weekend, and obviously you've got Adam Nazim out soon as well, so busy times ahead. Appreciate your time.
Cheers, thanks.